pray my love don't lie to me. Swing the iron like Samson, I can't let no holder lie to me. I don't feel these rappers, all they lies is hypocrisy. Ain't no competition, ain't no rivalry. Niggas think I'm playing, I don't hear one word they saying, this shit light work. Think Muhammad one of us, he might lose his life first. Circle up and stay alert, another cop can stretch the nigga. He a demon, it's an exorcism, watch I bless the nigga. You took that oath in blood, then you know I'm gon' get active with you. Fuck the opposition, I see vision, let me paint the picture. Rappers claim they spit, I ain't listening, is effective. If revenge was a woman, now I stroke that bitch like Jacob. So time war, we gon' run the summer, it's gon' be historical. Thought they making plays, made them niggas call the audible. Ask who run this shit, but that question is rhetorical. Bitch, I'm the one, me cookies with the oil. I'ma get them crackers, hell, should've never kidnapped my family. I came to do damage, bet I be the last nigga standing. Do a life sentence for my niggas, pray you understand me. I might put a switch on this Glock and call it young baby. How you real triggering on them dots? You a bird feeder, claiming he a demon. What's a demon to a cold leader? When he saying something, I ain't hear him. This shit light. It ain't about who got the gun, it's about who gon' up that pipe first. I turn a bad situation to a game changer. Bring soldiers from the dead, just raised up the chain. Free shots, I'ma look like Aaron Jones when I run it. Never bite the hand and feed you, you'll never get that hand back. He bitchin' about 10%, I don't wanna hear none of that. He dropping sword, fuck him, just make sure you get that cover back. Look around, he ain't with us, probably cause he never was. Now my chin like you with the angels for your brothers. Everybody wanna be Richard Porter, God kill him like Alpo. Play if he want, it's laying in the trunk like Lee Malvo. I'm a certified woman's ass nigga, I am not a toy. Hey, I with that hollow side, yeah, this the real McCoy. Feel like Gullah Jack when I'm in Fayetteville, you feel your boy. Still up on my brain, still I think that's all that I do. The way I get that boy lost, they gon' start to call him Elroy. Fuck his game, pop out on them demons like I'm Hellboy.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one west. They're one west. They're one west. They're
really serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who's knowing it with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord, to do his will, I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo slave ship. What the fuck he do for blacks in his administration? I'm waiting.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
Serious and you're looking for a Christ man, the one who anointed with the Lord, with the Spirit of the Lord to do his will. I'm that nigga.
One West, 125th Street. Look, y'all put your faith in presidents like they gon' change this country. Run the league and let y'all play cause y'all gon' make a money. Fuck Obama, he ain't come here on cargo.
American Yahanna don't like no soldiers. Through the spirit of the Lord, we don't like no soldiers. You understand me?
Like a saint, black, Hispanic, native, they hate y'all as the same. Hate Christ in they image, hate you as a slave. God ain't all love, scriptures say he hate African soft niggas, they know we not the same. School to prison pipeline to get you off the streets. Put you in the cell, toilet connected to the sink. Molested as a kid, she prostituted as a teen. The byproduct of Martin Luther King dream. They just took the yoke off, my nigga, we ain't free. We living bleak in these wastelands of poverty. If you don't know the truth, then the lies sound promising. Prophecy, gift and the curse. Dylan started killing, they was sitting in church. Black folk forgave him, man, this shit is absurd. You should never love your enemy, that shit ain't gon' work. Yeah, fuck dying on your knees, you better die in glory. Man, I joined the U.P.K, taught me the art of warring. I took a nigga life like mine to be recognized. I feel that pain every day, it can't be reconciled. Pops banging, my sister a prostitute. My brother got life, and somehow I still found the truth. War ready, no cowards, no excuse. Fuck reparations, you can't bandage no open wounds. Blood on the leaves, body swing hung from a noose. I was on a run in Nashville when I found the truth. I called the school, classes being held by the shock on my life. I want to be a gangster like a cop. Do this for my brothers, real brotherhood. Everything we do, we got it out this book. My nigga, I can never be no African. U.P.K the only authorized acronym. I'm passionate about my brothers and sisters. We in hell, I ain't got nothing against them. That's another religion. If it ain't under Yahanna, ain't he murdered by them and got a hug from Yahanna? That's the way out for a coward in my observation. They don't fear the Lord, they indoctrinated. Wolves in sheep clothing, Joe Osteen. Real priests bringing back black royalty. One West on my headpiece, ranking order. Can't let them trick me off the streets, I gotta raise my daughter. I got brothers at the border ducking ICE agents. I got the name change, it was life changing. My family thought it was a game, put on all black, they said I was going through a phase. It's more of us in jail than it was slaves.
Aquí somos la Escuela Israelita del Conocimiento Práctico Universal. Hoy estamos aquí. Lord Commandant General Yahanna na I.S.U.P.K. I.S.U.P.K.
This is what Commander General Yahanna did. This is what he did.
First camp, I cut off all my dreads. I took an oath when that oil hit my head. Niggas capping like they lids. I'm a priest, I never stick no fork in no pig. I was dead till I found out how to live. This brotherhood taught me how to be a man. I came back to my roots, I had to dig. A couple gaps I had to bridge. I got a rib, I'm married to this work. You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church. I had to dig.
That's right.
You wanna serve the Lord, he ain't in the Christian church.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West.
Baby, no listen to no fake news, them can't. Could do all it out and them never feared yours. Notice I just be a bad bitch, I get forward from with you. But the one you have feel good girl then lazy. She never did a pictures, I rate it. Never did a pictures half naked. Me never did a piggy R things halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a pictures half naked. Never did a pictures R-rated. Me never did a piggy R things halfway, that's why me give her ratings. I know every girl a wife material. I know every girl forget the juice in my seed bag. I know every girl me trust to cook my food, nor boil my tea, not tea, put the milk in the cereal. Me like a catty when medieval. When we wash for cook for clean and no fuss. When she hear me get a new girl, I know that me mean when me say me fight me demons. Multiple wife legally, no illegal. Yeah, straight, me go crazy. I know every catty can be my first lady. I know every press plus body done pay fi plus Tatiana no fit in and no Mercedes. When me say oh luxury dolly fi nurse baby, a trouble when luxury dolly turn old lady. So big up every girl we don't lazy. Your body big, but I your mommy donate it. I rate it. Never did a fi dress half naked. Me never did a fi give her things halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a fi dress half naked. Never did a fi dress R-rated. Me never did a fi give her things halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She now wait pan money for reach her and donation. She make reach her man donation. 100 and run, but he waste gal a pull her fi leave her man, but she stay strong. She know say them are no friends, them are haters. Them sleep with every man in a the acre. Can't get nobody fi stay long and want the advice for relation. Baby no listen to no fake news. Them can't keep a man cause them never stay true. Could do all it out and them never pay dues. Never shut them out and them wicked and cruel, eh? Bag a man a rush but them just a get yours. Everything them have them did a fear blows. Instagram live them nude for the views. Baby that I know you though. Sure, I rate it. Never did a pictures half naked. Me never did a piggy R things halfway, that's why me give her ratings. She never did a pictures half naked. Never did a pictures R-rated. Me never did a piggy R things halfway, that's why me give her ratings. One wish.
For homicide detectives, the clock starts ticking. The moment they are called, their chance of solving a murder is cut in half if they don't get a lead within the first 48 hours.
I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. You will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my daughters safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Sitting in that room, hear the interrogator's voice. They asking why I do it, I tell them I had no choice. Couldn't take a threat or a risk to my family, so throw the book at me, I take them charges happily. Ain't no need for no polygraph, so forensics, I put that fucker in a body bag, I'll admit it. Fuck a sentence or the jury that will convict me. They don't understand, it's my family, they represent me. So for them, I risk my freedom, roll the dice. I ain't got much more for you crackers, go ahead and give me life. You don't know what it's like for the people that you love. They ain't there to give salutes, they ain't there to give you hugs. The same that done pulled me from the dirt and from the mud is gone because of who? Y'all rather shed your blood. My brother's kids like my other kids. If you touch them, fuck around, get another bid, plus 10. Put me in the Supermax, I get super jacked, working out every day, canteen super stack, cool with that. Long as it mean my daughter's safe, my brother's winning, that's a chance I take. Still my fate, I do anything to keep my brothers safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. I got wives that done gave they all to stand beside me. Kids that can't see me fall, look at me proudly. Respected by men with honor up on their names. You harm I'm one of them, I promise that you'll see pain. I'm one West train, made an oath to uphold it. Stood with my back against the wall, never folded. Grew up in the city where the love ain't brotherly. I ain't had too many friends, I ain't need the company. I'm my father's son, so I'm cool, just don't fuck with me. I say that you my homie, you're my brother, then you stuck with me. Never turn my back on mine, it's to the dirt. You cross them across that line, I end you first. What only make it worse is loyalty hard to find. Never think cause you out of sight, you out of mind. And I don't mind dying now, cause reincarnation got me coming back. Same scars in my heart aching. Be parlaying with killers from all places. Every last one of them for me a broad day shit. So what you think, I won't do it for them? Once they let me out the cell, shit, I do it again. It's for the family. I do anything to keep my brother safe. I'm putting food on my daughter's plate. You fucking losers, y'all just can't relate. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. Find me on the first 48. I do anything to keep my people safe. You harm them, you will find me on the first 48.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone West. Everyone West. Everyone West.
Yo, what about the bumble clock to them boy, man? Bad mind never kill them. Suffocate to no pussy word. Yo, status. Tell some boys we don't chat us. Anyway, my dogs go in on the street, them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog we beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we's them dad. Hey, but anyway though, this a no playground. The Glock 19, they have to stay round. Nah take no check with me payroll. Anything rise up, play down. Them a send check but they won't. Dog we will make it step if they don't. But at the same old, said them want smoke but the grab a ton flame out. A couple gyal a come through. Gyal a WhatsApp what she gonna come to. She a give me tap and she swallow some juice. Gyal a suck cock till me Jonathan blow. Bentley van a come through. Convert to the drop top still have a sunroof. The dog them roll strap you one proof. Alright, wanna move. Anyway my dogs go in on the street them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog they beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we's them dad. Jeff say go fuck it up, so we fuck it up. Big up all of me friend them all who me never big up. All who know they ass up, I ain't in a cup. Life shake up, you know me friend but that's how we go. Greenfield say we tough, so we a famous. And all who a flip up and a lip up a fill it up. Girl pussy way buff, one give we a fuck. One the pussy boss, one tar belly stuff with the fat cock. Nicky me give back shot really. Girl a bad hype up if you're not that pretty. Money say make you know him can't chat silly. Anything we beat we have a fat clock with it. Flick your bad with it, this a chop city. Anywhere we go we a lock that city. Money in a pocket city, fat Billy. Don't come around if you're not family. Anyway my dogs go in on the street them bad. Gun talking up with jeans member. If any somebody ever treat them bad, send the pussy them but meet them God. Louis V kicks pan we feed them bad. Catch a new drip, dog they beat them bad. Look how we just come and we a beat them bad. You know sister we's them dad.
This a Batman tune. I promise you. This shit lit, cuz. This shit lit. Alright? Run that joint.
Niggas looking for the light. Me and my niggas prepared for the dog. Yeah. So we gon' get it on for the last days, nigga. You already know what it is. 140 for the rebel.
They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. It's a problem, tell them pop ball. I die for I let my colors fly, ball. For a nigga take me, they'll drop dead. AR, clean them up like a mop pig. Say he cool, he bad, he really so tough. They like, damn, look what he did, it really go rough. Little bitch think she Kiki Palmer, silly hoe. She know I'm that bull, but I ain't from Philly though. From the city where they sing about that ribbon like petty poops. Know them niggas plotting, gotta deal with me. Can't catch me slipping, got to steal with me. Just left Alabama, bought a chopper from some hillbilly move. He made my life feel the blade. Leave them all bruised, come through like a plague. Rebel off the leash like a dog out the cage. Call me Johnny Blaze on One West Main. Watch your step get stretched like a limousine. So my brother bring that blade back wet, that's my enemy. Little nigga, this that cold, need to talk. Niggas know I got blood in my cup, I just sip it like it's grenadine. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out. Tell them niggas good night, here come the bitch. Look, told them niggas get right or get left. UPK, bad man, I pin to your flesh. Hellboy, rip the soul out of dead man shit. Got the rate, the power, I been the showstopper. Yeah, they might hate, but I know they gon' watch. Zone on lock, and you know the flow prop. Iced out, got the drip out of David Jones lock. Know I got the plan, they say that you the man. No shit, Sherlock, I'm the one you heard about. Burn down the building, let them all watch. Throw that One West up, then I swerve. Sick with this shit, I do not need a detox. He don't watch a step, blow him out them Reeboks. We taking over, I'm sending the word out. Can't see me, little nigga, I put you in a bird box. Look, it's One West practical, gladiator, maximum. Creep on them slow, but they Glock fire rapid. All I want is more power, more straps to blow. Ain't got excuse for no car, he gon' have to go. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war and see who make it out. Earn your stripes, dog, you with us or not. We can get it on when it's on, it don't never stop. First you get that power, gotta hold it down. Watch your step, boy, you on holy ground. They in the building, we in the spot. We can go to war, let's see who make it out.
Palestinian committed a terrorist attack in America last night and is getting no news coverage.
I haven't been in yet. I just got here.
Of course I did it on purpose. You think I'm crazy? No, I am not. Because seriously, this is at least what I can do. Because I'm gonna kill myself if I don't do something with watching children genocide every freaking night. And we'll get up in morning, evening, just seeing people dying. Yes, of course. I'm gonna really have a heart attack sitting in my freaking chair. I can't. This is at least, I'm not hurting anyone. I'm just freaking getting my anger out. I'm gonna have my maybe, yeah. Maybe you should do something. Freaking country support the freaking Israel, the #1 country supporting the genocide. Maybe you have to do something about it. Stand up for the right side and really look at the freaking right freaking news. Maybe you should do this.
Yes, sir.
Get your information real quick.
Guys, I'm sorry.
This guy,
I wish I could do more for my country.
These are brothers in the building, brothers in the school.
What's up over here? Because she's talking too loud.
We are not associated with the white Jews or the Caucasian Jews or none of that over there. I'd like to see her face if I could.
No. Well, she's not letting me freaking fix my hijab, my cover.
Yeah.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. Hey, hey. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
I can tell you what it feels like when them problems kicking in. I call it real life. Now I'm feeling trapped. Who can I trust? Second guessing everything. Who can I love? I remember sleeping on the floor, ready for whatever. I was sleeping by the door. I was down bad, didn't want no one to know. I was on my own, didn't have nowhere to go. Everything I seen was a test. I was born to be a soldier, nothing less. This is the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose. This the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier.
This is the life that I chose.
See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
All black is the uniform. Soldiers dead and gone. I'm forever pouring liquor for them. Try me on my brothers, and I'll be moving bodies for them. Came up out the struggle and maintained through the storm. Niggas dying for dead presidents, fucking up their residence. White man dirty tricks. They call this shit politics. Vagabonds, and they some natural born lunatics. That what they is. They shut you down when you speaking truth. It black boots when you in the truth. It black boots when you in the truth. This is the life that I chose, nigga.
See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. See, I was born to be a soldier. Left, right, left.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man, if you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
They're one West. They're one West. They're one West. They're
All right, let's clap it up. Y'all should shout out the thumb, y'all should not attend Bashim, y'all shout to all the brothers and all the sisters there with me. One. Y'all let me know if you're hearing me. Let me get a one. Let me know if you're hearing me loud and clear. If you're hearing us loud and clear, get a 1, 1, 2, 1, 2. Give us some feedback.
Mhm.
All right, let us know for sure if you're hearing or if you're not hearing. All right. Again, we down here rocking out in Trinidad, and tonight we won't have DC on the line, right? Like we usually do. We just flip it around this time.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Just flip the thing around this time,
Mhm.
and we gonna get it. Right. So usually this is DC's scripture breakdown class, right? Usually the scripture breakdown DC class. So we're gonna definitely take any questions. I know I try to run it as close to everybody's convenient time. Make it convenient for everybody because we are an hour ahead in Trinidad. So it's 6:42 now, so it's almost 7 DC time. It's probably the earliest I've ever been for a DC class. Yeah, we have to go out the country to be early for a DC class. All right, and we're gonna rock it out down here. Same way in Trinidad. Also, we have Grenada on, and I think that's it. Anyone was online class as well too. So if anybody have any questions, just type them in. You of course if you're in class, just raise your hand, and we gonna rock with you tonight. Get it up. All right. So first, what I have in the meantime, let's get into how to prove a friend.
Yes. So like I said before,
Yeah.
like a question.
Let's put this on this side. I'm not thinking about it down. I should have just put this over there. That's all I had to. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Like quick question concerning what taking place right now. A lot of things, happening at simultaneously times. And based on, as we say, with the daylight savings and time changing, for us to be abreast with everything now, we have to be looking through the media, looking through news, to keep abreast on what's taking place around us, right? And we know right now the state that this place currently in different parts of the world, it had different types of war. And in Trinidad now, we self at war with again, our oppressors down here, which is the East Indians, right? And even when we, look back through the records, in the book of Habakkuk, it's like, to a little insight because, this was a prophet, of the Lord. And, in chapter 3, it say that, let me just read. The book of Habakkuk, 3 and verse 1. A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, unto Shignathon, right? Verse 2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known in wrath. Remember mercy. Right? Okay. So, like us being, in the midst, what is taking place, and the Lord wrath, as you say, the horsemen and them in Revelation, the out, and to understand what mercy really is, it's just like the Galilee,
We say remember mercy.
Can.
Okay, wait a second. Habakkuk what?
Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 1. Right, 1 and 2.
Habakkuk 3, 1 and 2.
Right.
I read it one more time.
Can. The book of Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 1. A prayer of Habakkuk, the prophet, unto Shignathon. Verse 2. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid. O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the year, be good. In wrath, remember mercy.
Okay, so here, right? All right, here, what this is that prayer. This is Habakkuk praying to the Lord, right? And he is saying he has heard what the Lord said, and he has become afraid. Like any child, they hear the parent saying something strong. You might be in the back room, the parent blazing an older sibling or younger sibling, and you're on your P's and Q's now because you don't know the judgment could swing your way.
Right.
So it's similar, right? He said, read from, O Lord.
O Lord, have mercy. O Lord, I have heard thy speech and was afraid.
Go ahead.
O Lord, revive thy work in the midst of the years. In the midst of the years, make known. In wrath, remember mercy.
Right? So he's pleading with the Lord here. He said, revive your work in the years, meaning do what you do. Like how, black people talk. Like, do what you do.
Right.
And the Lord is known for Egypt, known for the Sodom and Gomorrah. You get the point? He's known for Jericho. He's known for so many, amazing things in the Bible. And Habakkuk is saying, revive your work in the years, meaning bring it back. Do what you do, right? In the midst of the years, make known, meaning let them know who you are. Do what it is you're going to do. But however, in all of that, in your wrath, remember mercy, meaning he's now pleading don't go too far. Let's I wonder if we can get some more. That's where he going.
Yeah.
Yahanna? Right? He's saying remember mercy. You get the point? Hold on. Keep going.
Verse 3. God came from the man.
Hold on 1 second. We have I just want to make sure I don't overlook no questions, all right? A lot of people in Shalom to York, everybody who there. There was one question here. Yerel King from California, from East California. Shalom, so if I may, where can I find the Bible, in the Bible, Salakia, where the other nations will be in the kingdom, but they will be servants? I'm going to get that for you. I don't think it specifically says exactly that, but you get the understanding of it from it. All right? So that's it for now. I'll get that to you, all right? Just want to make sure I had that question. Go ahead.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 3. God came from the man, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. Salah, his glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise. Verse 4. And his brightness was as light as a light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power.
So he's describing like a vision almost, and saying, Lord, come from the east, right? Coming from the east and had glory and power, and these things coming out of his hands, right? Go ahead.
Verse 5. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet.
Right? So like I'm saying, in the things in his hands was the hiding of his power. Right? So it's like in his hands, this is this. What you see in there, you see horns or you see something, but this is where power comes from.
Right.
Right? Go ahead. And before him went what?
Before him went the pestilence, and the burning coals went forth as his feet.
And before him went the pestilence and burning coals, fire, brimstone, pestilence. It's like plagues or punishment or hardship coming down. Go ahead.
And he stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations.
So as the Lord, the Most High, he's measuring the earth. Measuring the earth meaning what? What's it mean when he says measure the earth? What's it mean?
Um,
When you say, and the Lord measured the earth.
Yeah. So like I said, right? You know, I could use the example like today where you know, like any builder or carpenter would use a tool and like a tape now, and they know that they would measure what they want to like they would have like something, and wherever they want to cut out the length, right? In this instance, you know the Lord being who He is, you know creator of the earth,
Okay.
He would have, the measurement, or let me say the width, the diameter, circumference.
Not so literal. Remember, this is a vision.
Okay.
All this is a vision.
Okay.
So not so literal, like the Lord don't need to know the dimensions of the earth.
Right.
You know what I mean? He don't need to know that, or he wouldn't need to measure to know. He's just think. He's coming with power. He does start with fire and pestilence. So read the part again.
Verse 5.
6.
6, Kampan. He stood and measured the earth. He beheld and drove asunder the nations.
All right, he stood and measured the earth.
So it's like, he looking at what's going on.
That's it. It's like taking account. Like, okay, it's language that means this. So like how you would say, take account of something.
Right.
Or to some, you might say, take account of yourself. You can't really take account of yourself.
Right.
Because you can't 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 yourself. But meaning, just like you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and check what's here, it's saying check yourself. So you say he measured the earth, meaning now he's seeing what's going on and seeing how much judgment to bring.
Right.
You get the point? It's just pretty tall. It's lit, poetic. That's the best way I could put it. All right, let's go.
And the everlasting mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow.
So hold on. He drove the nation. He drove us under the nations. Go ahead.
And the everlasting mountains were scattered. The right? Meaning that, as he look, the government, they couldn't come together, so they were scattered.
The everlasting mountains were scattered. The mountains in the Bible represent governments or, high authority or high rulership. And they were scattered by him. Much like what's going on today.
Right.
The point, like the governments is, I think last night, after the classes, last night. Could be last night. The days kind of come together. I ain't too sure what day it is even right now.
Yeah.
They said, I think South Korea issued martial law.
Huh.
You know what I mean? Them things are goddamn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So these governments is going through stress. They're going through hell. You get the point? Go ahead.
Can. The perpetual hills did bow. His ways are everlasting.
All right. So what does it mean? His perpetual hills did bow.
Right. So as these governments were scattered, every other, let me say, the hills is like a representation, like the people under, like in charge.
That's it. So you have big governments. Just think like Trinidad. You have the Prime Minister, the government of Trinidad and Tobago, right? And then you have mayor's office and member of parliament and senators. And it's perpetual because it's so much of them, it's like it doesn't end. And these are small hills, small little governments, but they're all over. But they're all under this big one, right? So he drove out the mountains and mountains were scattered. The perpetual hills did bow. Now, because the big mountains get scattered, the big governments, they get scattered. The hills that would usually bow to who?
The mountains.
The mountains. Now they bow to the one who drove away the mountains.
Right.
Yeah, that's what happened. Go ahead. And of course, again, the hills is like the smaller government.
Verse, right. Is it right? Verse 7, the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 7. I saw the tents of Cushan in affliction, and the curtains of the land of Midian did tremble.
Right? So, of course, the tents of Cushan and the curtains of the land of Midian, meaning the tents or the houses of Cushan and the curtains of Midian, meaning, just think, okay, Midianites come under the house of Ishmael. They're not a son of Ishmael. I think Midian is a younger brother, another one of Abraham's sons, younger than Ishmael, if I'm not mistaken. But they come under there. So that's like how Midian don't have the curtains and all the tents. It's just describing the great and powerful places here. And he's saying they now, because of that, they trembled. They trembled at what was going on. Go ahead.
Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea? That thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation.
Read that one more time.
Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation?
Right. What does it say?
Right. It is like, you know, like is a question being asked, right? You know, if the laws, like, what we do displease the Lord.
Read it from the top again.
Can. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 8. Was the Lord displeased against the rivers? Was thine anger against the rivers? Was thy wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation?
Right? So, just like the mountains, you identify the rivers and seas, just like you identify the mountains. Like who are the rivers, who are the seas? That's what you need. Who are the rivers and who are the seas?
Salakia, would this be, you know, like wisdom and knowledge amongst the
so you have the mountains.
The rivers.
And you have hills. And the mountains in the rulership.
Right.
And the hills in the rulership.
Right, Salakia.
What do you have in mountains?
Rulers. Rivers.
Rivers flowing through. The river, any river that people go to starts uphill.
Right.
It flows down. And it flows into the sea. The rivers in the Bible, water usually, when it's used in this context, usually represents people, masses, like the great whore that sits on
many waters,
sits on many people, nations, seas. You get the point? So it's saying here, read again, was thou displeased with the rivers, was angry with the rivers, and wrath against the sea. Meaning, was you displeased with the people, with the nations, with everybody around?
Right.
That's your role in the government. Go ahead.
9. Verse 9. Thy bow was made naked, according to the oath of the tribes, even thy word. Salah, thou didst cleave the earth with rivers.
Okay, I got the first part. The second part of my heart, according to General Moses. Number 9, according to the oaths of the tribes. I'm thinking it's referring to something I don't want to say. But I think thy bow was made quite naked. What does that mean?
The naked part sound like, it's like he was stripped or something.
Okay, this is what he said. That in verse 8, was there wrath against the sea, that thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation? So what would you see if this was an actual vision? What would you be seeing in this vision? What would you be seeing? In what I read in verse 8. Read the end of verse 8.
Can. That thou didst ride upon thine horses and thy chariots of salvation.
So what would you see? If you was just from that description, what's visible? You would see someone riding on a chariot, riding on horses, or something driven by horses or pulled by horses. You get it, boy? That's what you would see. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you would see. So a man who's riding the horses and or something driven by horses, he's standing on that thing and he's riding like Ben Hill. What is he doing? What is he coming for?
For war.
Coming to exactly. So and in war, this time, what is he using to fight war?
His bow.
What's he using?
His bow.
Bow and what?
Arrow.
Bow and arrow. Or swords. So when you say it's made quite naked, meaning what? Where does a sword lay? On a man who's in war, where's it? How does he carry his sword?
On the side.
In the side, but where's the sword? In a sheath. It's covered. Okay. And he made naked the sword now. You understand what I'm saying? He made naked the sword. Like a man might have a nine on the iron. He might pull it back and show you he have it.
Right.
He make it naked now. He make it bare. You get it, boy? And this bow is made quite naked because the Lord is showing it.
Right.
Bringing it out and using it. You get the point? But according to the oath of the tribes, I'm wondering if that's talking about God and that. I'm the final from the general, right? You could skip ahead to, hold on, 10.
Can. Verse 10. The mountains saw thee, and they trembled. The overflowing of the waters passed by. The deep uttered his voice and lifted up his hand on high.
Same thing just read, right? So this is Habakkuk still talking to the Lord.
Right.
This is praise to the Lord down here. He's praying, he's giving the Lord praise. His props. The mountains talk to you, right? The mountains saw thee and trembled. The overflowing of the water passed by. All these people who overflowing and making tumult or protesting or uprisings, they passed by. They didn't want nothing. You get the point? Go ahead.
Can. Verse 11. The sun and the moon stood still in their habitation, and the light of thine arrows At the light of thine arrows they went, and at the shining of thy glittering spear.
Right? At the light of thy arrows they went. The sun and the moon stood still. And the light of their arrows they at the light of thine arrows they went, and the shining and glittering spear. All this is war. And the sun and the moon was there. And if you see the sun and the moon, you're looking up. As you're looking up, all you see is what? Arrows and missiles. Like what you saw with Putin when he was dropping lightning out. You get the point?
Okay.
Go ahead.
Can. Verse 12. Thou didst march through the land in indignation. Thou didst stretch the heathen in anger.
That's what we need the Lord to do. We need the Lord to come and thresh the heathen. Step all over them in anger. Because that's how they do with us. They step all over us in anger. Go ahead.
Can. Thou didst, Salakia, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed.
That's a cold piece right there from Habakkuk. But that's what we want. That's what we should be praying for the Lord to come through and destroy this place for our salvation.
That's right.
But of course, we don't even know we have a God, much less there's salvation coming. You understand? We don't even understand it. We have no knowledge of it. Can I read it again?
Can. Thou wentest forth for thy thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for salvation with thine anointed. Thou wouldest the head out of the house, and the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck.
Read it one more time.
Can. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 13. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation with thine anointed. Thou wouldest the head out of the house of the wicked by the discovering foundation unto the neck.
That word is wounded. Wounded.
Can.
He wounded
Can.
the head of the house of the wicked. And again, the mountains, that's the head. So he's describing how the Lord comes for these leaders, these kings, that's why in Revelation when it says King of Kings and Lord of Lords,
right?
He's king of all kings because he killed them, right? There's another part where hold on, I am going to paraphrase it wrong. I'm gonna look for it. Keep going.
Can.
I can't for sure say that's what it says. Keep going. Huh?
Verse 14. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was as to devour the poor secretly.
Yes, that's perfect for today. That's perfect for today. Read 14 again.
Can. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 14. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of the villages, the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was to devour the poor secretly.
He's saying the Lord go at them with his staff. When they come out and destroy the poor secretly. If you need the Bible, you can use this. I can pull it up on my phone if I need to. Come grab this one. You can just read through this one. What the verse before in Habakkuk said?
Verse 13. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest.
That's the one you just read?
No.
It's the one before.
That's the one before.
All right, go ahead.
Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Verse 14, thou didst strike through with his hand, with his staff, Salakia. Right. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was as to devour the poor secretly.
Right? What's going on talking about the crumbs? I think that's the verse before that.
Yeah.
Read the verse before that.
Thou wentest, verse 13, the book of Habakkuk, chapter 3 and verse 13. Thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even for the salvation with thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. It was verse 14, I believe it was. Yeah. Verse 14, thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his villages. They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing.
I think that's it. The heads of the villages, the heads of the, these heathen nations, not as big as the government. But again, the Lord is coming to take all authority from everybody. When you go to Revelations 4 and 10.
Okay. All right. See right. The book of Revelation, chapter 4 and verse 10. The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the seat. That's Slakia. The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne, and worship him that liveth forever and ever.
Right? So in heaven, where the Lord is, in the fourth dimension, he has 24 elders, right? Meaning 24 senior men, that's his council, his advisory council. And as they're there, what's happening? What do they say they do?
And
the box off. Second? Box. Oh, 1 second now. Try to get his volume up. We're gonna get it. Because you can hear?
Can.
All right, most high in Christ.
Sit down.
You can read. You want to take a shot at reading? You want in Revelation? You have the one in Revelation? Revelation 4 and 10. Hold where you are, but go put the minute hold, put your finger, and then go to Revelation. I think Revelation 4, and you'll start at 10.
The 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him. The Levites forever and ever, and cast their thrones before the throne, saying, Thou art worthy, O Lord, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou.
So they're giving him props. They're saying, Thou art worthy to receive honor and what?
Power.
And power. Right? Same way like how Habakkuk was saying, revive the time, revive the way how he was. Keep going.
Has created all things, and for thy pleasure they are and were created.
What was that? 11.
Verse 11.
I read verse 10 again.
the 24 elders fall down before him that sat on the throne and worship him that liveth forever and ever.
Right? And they worship him that liveth forever and ever. That's the Most High. Meaning these 420 elders, they get down from their chairs and they go down and they bow down. Like, you'll see me, they would bow down like this to him. They would bow down. Right? Go ahead.
And cast their crowns before the throne, saying,
Right? So what as they bow down to him, what are they doing? It's right there.
Worshiping him.
As they bow down to him, what are they doing? They cast their crowns before the throne. Remember, the crown is something they wear. And that crown signifies power and authority. It's a symbol, right? Just like, the whole concept of the crowns and not concept really, but the popularity, and it's really us. It's like we the ones who really give the earth the whole style and flavor, attire with everything. Even today, brothers down there don't go out without a hat. Don't go out without that complete outfit. You get the point? So now they have crowns, and they take the crowns and they throw it on the floor in front of where he's sitting. So this crown may not have power, but then you got power. You got all the crowns. You the king. You the man. So now when you go back to Habakkuk now, when it says something about the villages. You got it.
What verse?
Where we left off at?
14.
10 or 14 or something?
14. Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 14.
Also, to Bakwash, if you can keep an eye on the chat for the questions, all right? There's one already higher up from, I think it's a brother from California. All right. It's higher up in the chat for right now. But if any more come up, just check it out and let me know, all right? All right, no sweat. Go ahead.
Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 14. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his village. They came out
Read a little louder. Say it one more time. Read a little bit louder.
Habakkuk chapter 3, verse 14. Thou didst strike through with his staves the head of his villages.
Villagers, right?
They came out as a whirlwind to scatter me. Their rejoicing was as to devour the poor secretly.
Right? That's how they are. And they say the Lord strike through the head of his villages. Right? All these villages of all these nations and where they are, and the heathens, the Lord is striking through the heads of them and taking their crowns, taking their power, taking their authority. Because really they come secretly to mock children of the Lord and destroy the poor, right? And that's who we are in every place. We are the poor in every place, working 2 and 3 jobs, trying to make $1 out of 15 cents. We're trying to stretch and survive and make things happen. Meanwhile, they just have an abundance and they seek to devour us. Go ahead.
Verse 15. Thou didst walk through the sea with thine horses, through the heap of great waters.
You see, it's like you come through the sea with your horses, like a man on a horse in a chariot. Imagine that vision of a man just coming through and the sea opening up and you see horses coming through. But the sea is, what are the seas?
Scatter apart.
The seas is spread apart. It's splitting as he coming through. But what exactly is the seas?
The people.
People, nations. So imagine a whole multitude of heathens and the Lord on a chariot just running through them. That's the vision. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 16. When I heard, my belly tremble, my lips quivered at the voice. Return.
Take your time. Go ahead, you got it.
Rottenness entered into my bones, and I tremble in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble.
That's remember mercy. You understand? He's seeing it, and he's like, when I heard all this and seen this vision, the rottenness entered into my bones. I need to start to use that phrase. Rottenness entered into my bones. My bones feel rotten. You get the point? And he trembled that I might rest in the day of trouble. Go ahead.
When he commend it up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops.
The Lord is a man of war. You understand? Go ahead.
Verse 17. Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines. The labor of the olive shall fall, and the fields shall yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls.
So what's happening here? What's happening here?
Like he passing through them and killing them and making sure that the not coming rising back up.
And that's true. They're not able to rise back up, but how they're not able to rise back up? You just read it. Read it one more time. Take your time.
Verse 17. Although the fig tree shall not blossom, neither shall fruit be in the vines, the labor of the olive shall fall, and the field shall yield no meat. The flock shall be cut off from the fold, and there shall be no herd in the stalls.
So what you say? Let's take it line by line. Read from the first line in 17.
Although the fig tree shall not blossom.
Right? The fig tree shall not blossom. Fig tree, don't think fig like Benjamin fig. Benjamin figs is them the green banana. That's what we are called fig or banana, right? Figs is a smaller thing. Because I think we call it fig Newton. It's a smaller type of, I would say fruit. Some people might have the vegetable, I don't know. But the fig here, that's a smaller thing. It's not that fig tree. You got to let him handle that. That's his burden. When you're reading on that podium, you ain't going to be there. Let him handle that. Go ahead. Neither
shall the fruit be in the vines.
Right? The vine that growing fruit. In Israel, there's a certain fruit we use that grows on the vine. It's grapes. That's where you get wine from. So your fig trees ain't going to bring nothing. Your vines ain't going to bring no fruit, which means you can't eat nothing. You can't sell no wine. You can't do nothing. Go ahead.
The labor of olive shall fall.
Shall fail. Fail. Like you fail an exam, the labor of the olive going to fail, meaning the husbandman, the farmer who planting these olives, and he going to reap them. He going to plant something, it's going to grow and it's going to die. It's going to fail. And that's hardship for anybody. It's famine. And when there's famine, it means you can't eat, you starve, and it also means you can't sell. So there's no money even to buy something. He's strangling them. Go ahead.
And the field shall yield no meat.
And the field will yield no meat. What does that mean?
It means that it will not have nothing to eat. Like you plant something that he planted, when it's time to harvest it, it's dead.
It's dead. The field will yield no meat. There's nothing there to eat. Go ahead.
The flock shall be cut off from the fold.
And the flock shall be cut off from the fold. What does that mean?
Like he taken it out. He plant off from soil.
Well, the flock is not plant. Flock is a word that describes a big group of animals, like a flock of geese or a flock of whatever else. I don't know if they say flock of chicken. The flocks, them lawful birds to eat, they're going to die. They're going to be cut off. Right? The flock, the sheep. The sheep is the flock of my pastor. That's in the Bible. Men are the flock of my pastor. That's in the Bible. Sheep is considered a flock or a herd. They're going to be cut off. It's going to be dead. They ain't going to be having no meat. Go ahead.
And there shall be no herd in the stalls.
And there shall be no herd in the stall. The stall is what? Who knows? Who knows what a stall is?
It's like our friends that have animals live
Exactly.
inside.
And if there's no herd in the stores, what does that mean?
No animals.
There's no animals. You have a stall, but you ain't have no cows to put in there. You have no sheep to put in there. You have no bull to put in there. No bison. You ain't have nothing to put in there. That's what's happening now. The Lord he's making his move. You get the point? Go ahead.
Yet I will rejoice in the Lord. I will joy in the God of my salvation.
That's how we should be. Because this is nothing new to us. We've been going through hard times. We've been going through hardship before. Now it's their turn to suffer. Now it's their turn to feel it. And we should rejoice at their hardship. We should rejoice, brother. Listen, remember when that devil killed Trayvon Martin, they was taking pictures with the Skittles. I don't know if you remember. Remember Trayvon Martin went to buy Skittles and one of them Arizona iced tea in Florida. They was taking pictures with the Skittles. They had a Trayvon Martin challenge to see who could take the best picture in a hoodie dead on the ground with the Skittles and the thing. So when I laugh at them bombs dropping in Gaza, don't tell me a goddamn thing. When I rejoice, when I say, thank the Lord, don't say nothing to me about nothing. Don't sign Christ. Don't say nothing to me about nothing. Just keep it moving. Because you all had fun laughing at us. You all had fun mocking us. You all sought to devour the poor. Keep going.
Verse 19. The Lord God is my strength, and he will make me feet like hinds feet, and he will make me to walk upon my high places. To the chief singer on my stringed instruments.
Right? And so he said, the Lord will have him. The Lord will keep him. The Lord will make him walk on high places. And he said to the chief singer on my stringed instruments. Meaning what? Israel always been a musical people. He's saying, send this to the beats man. That's what he means. It's like how Carter, when Carter started a song, he'd say, hey, Russia. Or, I forget the other one he'd be calling. You know what I mean? They call different producers' names in the beginning of songs. That's a normal thing for Israelite. Judah, what's the young boy who sang, pulling out the poop on a lap, some song, 12, you know what I'm talking about. What's his name? Roddy Rich. Put mustard on the beat. You ever hear people say that? Put mustard on the beat. The question what I'm talking about is not just around mustard. There's a DJ called Mustard. So he said, put some mustard on the beat. He shouting out his DJ. Habakkuk say all this and say to the chief singer on my string instrument. Send that to the beats man. Then make sure this go on track. To turn this into a song. You get the point? So that's it. So he's definitely saying that, and the mercy he's calling there is for us. He's saying, Lord, as you're bringing this judgment, have mercy on our people, because as the Lord is going through the earth for the heathens, remember, it's prophesied 2/3 of us is to die. And Habakkuk is saying, have mercy. Remember mercy, please. You understand? And that's like any good brother or any good sister. Sometimes you'd have siblings, and there's a father going to town or a mother going to town on some child, and the other siblings will come and beg and plead for that child. And that's righteous. That's a good thing to have. It's a good thing to have. So you get so up? No sweat. No sweat.
It's like, sir, there's a question line.
Come on.
God, sir. It's from Urel King, says, Shalom, Captain. If I may, can I find in the Bible where the other nations will be in the kingdom but will be servants?
Right. I think that's the one I wanted. I believe that's the one I wanted. All right, anybody know where it is? It's in Isaiah. Okay, I don't think it exactly says that. I think it's going to be in the kingdom. All right, but it's.
Wow. It don't look right. Now that you mention it, I didn't even see the internet.
How we still hope?
Because that's online. This is us.
Yeah. Still show live on everything too.
They're going live from there.
See, I guess he took us off.
They think they were smart. They thought, I don't know what they thought of. They thought they could stop us, brother.
Sir.
They thought they could stop us. Yeah, I think we're good with it, right? I don't think so. You could try, but I think that means it's off. Let's leave it. Yeah, let's leave it. It's some little trip up happening. It happens. It ain't gonna cut the stream out. You know what I mean? This thing is, strong.
Like, sir.
Yep.
I got your precept.
All right.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land.
Say where you are again.
Book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 1.
Isaiah chapter 14, 1-4 or 4-0?
1-4, sir.
1-4. Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 1.
Kawakar, sir.
All right, let's get it.
Kawakar, sir. For the Lord will have mercy on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And they shall take them captive, whose captives they were, and they shall rule over their oppressors.
Right? So this year is, the Lord is going to give us the nations as slaves in our land. Now, as far as being all the way into the kingdom of heaven, they might be out, they might build the gates, they might bring the bricks in. But once the kingdom of heaven is open, they have to go outside. They have to stay outside. That's like, it's like you could go anywhere in America, but you can't walk into the capital, the state capital in DC. You get the point? It's like you had to be one of them to walk in there. Just think of it like that. All right, so I think it's the brother from California, correct?
I believe so.
I think he's from East California.
Kind.
All right, East California. Yeah. All right, so that's one of the precepts you can use for it. But I wouldn't be so specific to say that they will be in the kingdom with us. I wouldn't say that part because it sounds like you're trying to say they could share it. Right? I'm not saying you saying that. I'm just saying that's how it sounds. I would just say that they'll be slaves in the kingdom. They'll be slaves in our land. We'll own them. They'll be second-class citizens. They'll be us as we are to them right now. I wouldn't be as exclusive and specific to say they're going to be in the kingdom. All right, any more?
There's a comment from Stephen Williams. He says, what kind of God has a chosen people? Great deception, even the Most High will be deceived. Come on, brother, Americans, think about it.
That ain't a question. He advertising for weed. He advertising the strain of weed he's smoking. He's high most. I don't know what the hell he talking about.
God on God.
So if the Lord gonna be deceived, who deceiving the Lord?
Right.
I don't understand. All right, any more? We good to go? We caught up?
Yeah, kind of count. We caught up, sir.
All right, Most High in Christ. Any questions in class? Just let me know, whether it's online or any brother who joined in, or in the class itself. Just raise your hand. All right. All right. So now we're gonna go into some of the topics. Right. Tonight we're gonna touch on proving a friend. It says everything about a woman, but we're gonna cover as much as we can. That's quite extensive. And World War III, all right, which we down here touched on right at the beginning. All right. Give me in the Apocrypha. Yeah, go ahead. You can take that one. You got it. You just move the cup. Move the cup. Right there. Yeah. I think there's something disconnected, right? So I'm gonna sort it. Give me in the Apocrypha. All right. You're good to go? Give me in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6.
Come, sir. Look at Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Right, read it again.
So then,
read one more time from the top.
Come, sir. Look at Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Instead of a friend. Go ahead. Stop right there. Read the first line one more time, man.
Come, sir. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Mm-hmm.
Come.
What's that mean?
Thereby.
What does that mean? Anybody? Instead of a friend, become not an enemy. What does that mean?
Come
on, priest.
Somebody asked you about a person, they're not there, and they say, well, what about this brother here? You may not have know a lot about him.
It don't say anything about asking. It just says, read it again what it says.
Come, sir. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Mm-hmm. So what does it say?
I have something bad to say about somebody. You know what I mean? When you could say nothing at all.
It don't say nothing about saying.
Sir.
It don't say anything about saying. It don't say anything about talking about anything. Right? Read it one more time.
Sir. instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Mm-hmm. Young brother up front. Mupatisa. Say that one more time. You know the person and what? Mm-hmm.
It's like it, sir. The mic is not on.
All right, hold on. Something tripped. It is. You're not hearing?
We can hear you, but we can barely hear the brother.
All right, hold on. I think that happened when we just when the stream just glitched. Hold on. Testing 1, 2. Make sure you turn the man the other way. Let me see. Come and see. I don't know why it wouldn't be here. It's registering up here. Testing 1, 2. You could hear that, Bukwaj?
Got on con, sir. That's too off, sir.
All right.
What we're saying is like in
Got
on con.
All right, 2 out of Bukwaj.
The person know this person, right? And the person don't want to become your friend, know his enemy.
You want it. That's damn near close. Say it one more time a little bit.
Like this person know this person, right? And he don't want to become your friend, know his enemy.
You close. There's one word there you're saying that's throwing it overboard, that's throwing it off. But you're close. Anybody else? Shupat, you want to read it one more time?
Come, sir. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6, verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Mm-hmm. So what? Let me get this on. Put this on. Anybody else?
So like I said,
Go ahead, Sean.
a friend you love, your enemy you hate.
What the hell did that mean? You gave me a fire. You're trading parables. You're trading in parables. Come on. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy.
Yes, so like I say for me.
Go ahead.
Yes, so like I say, I believe it along the lines as if it can be a friend with somebody, but at least try not to be an enemy with them.
That's it. And that's the difference from what you were saying, no partisan. You were saying you don't want to be their friend. That's that's a little bit, I understand you're a young brother, right? It's not a matter of wanting. It's just as to what. As we build this nation, right? This nation is going to be built very great and large. Because Israel is a large, nation, 12 tribes. You ain't gonna know everybody, and you sure as hell ain't gonna be friends with everybody. Friends meaning this is somebody's house who you go to. This is somebody you go to the bar with. This is somebody, you're close as your role. You may not be like that with everybody, right? But that doesn't mean you have, alter feelings with that person, or that doesn't mean you have adverse feelings to that person. So now, if this person is not a close brother, don't use that to be an enemy to them. And that's what people in the world are, where they ain't your friends, so they choose to be an enemy. They choose to be, just make things hard, make life hard, and it shouldn't be like that. Ain't nobody forcing anybody to be friends with each other. If not, it's time to download it. All phones on mute if you all don't mind, please. All right? Nobody's forcing anybody to hang out and be friends. So, but that doesn't mean it's licensed. Click on this video and download the app. You need some help with it? You need some help with it? No, so you can always shut it down. You can shut it down. Coming in here with books.
2:30. Let me get a picture of that.
But question, is we up or it's done again?
No, we're up, sir.
Okay, it just glitched on my side.
It glitched on our side as well, sir.
It might be DC. Y'all know y'all like to get trouble. It might be y'all. Go ahead, whoever's reading. Go ahead. 6 and 1, all right?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame, and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that had a double tongue.
All right, what does that mean? One more time, Sean. One more time.
Read one more time.
To what?
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame, and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that had a double tongue.
What's it say? Anybody? What does it say? What does it mean? What could it mean? Who knows? Adolphus last said they say one thing and do something else. Not so much, in a way, but that's maybe a very small part of it. Right? We could try out. Anybody else?
What's good, baby?
Let's grab a seat. Anybody else? Got it. We're trying. Read one more time, Sean.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 1. Instead of a friend, become not an enemy, for thereby thou shalt inherit an ill name, shame, and reproach. Even so shall a sinner that had a double tongue.
Sly, if I could.
Yeah, go ahead, go watch.
Con, sir, that means if you do that, then you're gonna gain a reputation. Sly,
if you do what?
If you do become an enemy, that's instead of a friend, people are going to talk about you. You're going to gain a reputation of this cat.
Why?
Real.
Why?
Because you acting one way in his face, and then you going behind and acting a whole different way, and you're being an enemy. It's like it.
It don't say that. It don't say that. It don't say acting one way in his face and going doing something else. It don't say that part. You're adding that part in because of the double tongue in the end. Like take it line by line and walk it down. I know Bukwash. I'm gonna come back to you, Bukwash.
Kan sir. Instead of being a friend, right? So like you would become an enemy. Because and shall inherit an ill name, meaning that you wouldn't have a good reputation, right? And therefore, because they don't have an ill reputation, well, it will bring shame and reproach, right? So people will disapprove of the action.
They'll disapprove of you.
Come on.
Like that's the shame. The shame is you now. They're gonna say stuff about you. The reputation you have will be not a good reputation because now you decided to be an enemy instead of deciding to be a friend, instead of deciding to be a brother, deciding to be a sister. Right, go ahead.
Come on. And I'm not so sure about the double tongue part, but I would say the person social is so shall a sinner that hath a double tongue, meaning that the person will cause confusion.
Okay, I think that part is tripping you up. That's how part that sound like it's tripping everybody up. That part is talking about, is saying, it's comparing you. Meaning, you decide to be an enemy to this person. You will be even so as a sinner who is alive.
Come on.
Even though you ain't, like, you wear that jacket now. You get the point? Because you decided to not just be at peace. You decided to be an enemy instead of a friend. And that's why I say, instead of a friend, become not an enemy. Nobody's saying you have to. But just because of that, don't go to the other extreme and be like, well, that ain't my boy, or that ain't my sister, that ain't my dog. Fire for them. Don't be like that. You get the point?
Come on.
Whoever's reading, pick it up from 2.
Come on, Khan. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 2. Exalt not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying alone.
You want to try? Read one more time.
Come on, Khan. The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 2. Extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart, that thy soul be not torn in pieces as a bull straying alone.
Right? But Black Dazzle, that answer was correct. What you said, refrain from getting a reputation of being an enemy. You will be no different than a sinner. That's correct. All right? That's on point with it. I'm just seeing it. Salaki. All right, we want to take a shot at verse 2.
Yes, sir, like I said, so I would say to take a little shot at it. And I believe it talking to some degree about self-praise.
Okay.
All right, so it's saying not to praise yourself, you know, in your own mind.
Okay.
You know, because after let us playing it in this way, circumstances might test you, you might realize, well, you ain't all that you're saying is. Salakia.
I'll take that. What's the last piece of that's thy soul shall not be, that's the part you said. That last piece is that last part. Your soul be not torn
into pieces. Can.
Go ahead. Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else want to try? The first part definitely is that extol not thyself in the counsel of thine own heart. Meaning, don't think yourself more than you are. Right? Don't think yourself more than you are. It's better that somebody else praises you than you praise yourself. It's better that somebody else talks about you. It's better that somebody else gives you a reputation than you give yourself a reputation. Because what will happen as you start thinking so highly of yourself, the expectation of certain things come. Because you think you're this, you expect certain things. And then when you don't get it, your soul is like it's torn, it's in pieces, it's hurt, right? As a bull straying alone, right? Anybody ever had experiences with a bull that's not, it's often it's field by itself, or an animal even. Is any animal often in a space by itself? You go near, it starts getting aggressive. You go to a bull in a field, he's just there by himself. He alone, he's straying. He don't have no master. He have, telling he get his own food. He ain't getting taken care of. He smell you coming, he starts blowing. It's telling you don't come here. It's telling you don't come over here, because he's like, in his mind, you are a threat coming to him. You get the point? He's saying that could happen because now you're expecting things and it's not coming. So now you angry, you're aggressive, and you're torn, and you're not at peace. You're not at peace. Now these are things that's running it down for you for wisdom of how to be. So you could better be effective in the work of the Lord and in the brotherhood and sisterhood, all right? Keep going. Come on.
The book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 6 and verse 3. Thou shalt eat up thy leaves, and lose thy fruit, and leave thyself as a dry tree.
Try.
Salakia, sir. If I may,
Go ahead, please.
you're basically destroying yourself.
Yes, but break down the line. Break down the line. Or if anybody else wanted to try. You're right. It is destroying yourself. Anybody?
Not me.
Come on, Shabbat.
Also like they say, like you burn your own bridges. You won't be able to produce anything. Burning your bridges. Now you stuck.
You on it, but okay, this is the issue you're having. Break the line down. Break down exactly what you see it. You're saying it, but you need to be able to paint a picture of what's being said. So you both of you all right, but break down what it was just read. All right, but Pastor, you want to try? Pastor, not yet.
What it's saying is like, thou shalt not eat up thy leaves. Shall eat up thy leaves. Like a person self-praising himself too much and have expectations, and when it happen, just feel down.
You'll feel down, but what is the eating of your leaves?
The confidence that they had.
That's a good way to put it. The leaves, just think like a tree. A tree has leaves, right? Leaves is to do what? Take in sunlight and photosynthesis and all that good scientific shit and make the tree stronger. But instead of the leaves feeding the tree starts eating the leaves. So as you say, destroying yourself, right? You start destroying yourself, and because of that, you lose the fruit, you lose whatever production you was doing or you was producing. And where we are, losing fruit, right? And leave thyself as a dry tree. So in the metaphor, you see a tree. Just imagine you see a huge tree, some balls up strong. And then the leaves start just falling back. But they ain't falling on the ground. They're just getting destroyed, and the leaves is gone, and now the fruit is gone. And the tree is just there. Like a tree you would see in the winter time in North America. Just bare. You get it going bare, and it's like that. But it didn't shed its leaves, it's devoured its leaves. When the leaves are supposed to help it eat. Right? Go ahead. Whoever reading, you can read on.
Oh.
Unless Michael, you wanted it back? You give my shot? Yeah. No, sir, that's the word. Read from verse 4.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 4.
Mm-hmm.
A wicked soul shall destroy him that hath it, and shall make him to be laughed to scorn of his enemies.
Right? So it's saying it's someone who is like this. It'll make him the scorn of his enemies, and he's going to be laughed at, and it's going to destroy him. It's going to destroy her. It's not to have this really, the Lord saying he hated pride. He hated that thing in us that could be proud, that you think much of yourself. Remember in the Bible it says all our righteousness is as a filthy rag to the Lord. Get it going? Like a filthy cloth to the Lord, something you throw away. So we get in the second chance. We get in the blind, as you would say in Trinidad. Like we ain't deserve it. We ain't deserve it, but we getting a shot. So who you think you are to raise your head, and now you start, thinking more of yourself than you are, and expecting more, when really the expectation is that you give more. That's what it is. Not expect to be given more, but how much could you give? how much more work could you do? How much more work could you do if you're a brother or sister? Much more than what you could get. All right, keep going.
Verse 5. Sweet language will multiply
Right. So
friends.
now we're going into proving the friend. So now it's letting you know how you should be. How you should be as you're growing in this brotherhood and sister, growing in this nation. How you should be with each other. And now it's going to run down now about a friend and proving a friend and how you give people a certain amount of time to not destroy them. Go ahead.
And fair speaking tongue will increase. Verse 5. Sweet language will multiply friends.
Sweet language will multiply friends. What does that mean? We had a heckler on there, Woomy, some was nasty now, man. They say, what he say, Bakwash? A bunch of yes men and something. And there's no tape of Woomy anywhere, or Wami, or whatever the faggot name is. I love the hecklers. Woomy, instead of a friend, don't become an enemy. We just talk about it. Goddamn, you got to like you. We ain't got to be an enemy. Go ahead, Verse 5, sweet language will multiply friends. What does that mean?
So okay, so if I may.
Go ahead.
Is it speaking about knowing how to speak to people or what to say during conversations?
That was mostly like what we covered yesterday with James.
Right.
This one is sweet language, meaning speak real. I don't want to say pleasant because it could give me wrong. Come on.
If I may, just
come on, please.
I kind of catching what you're saying with that in that aspect. Is it could it tie in with the precept we're talking about seasoning your words with salt? I'm just paraphrasing.
Okay, I wouldn't use that because seasoning your words with salt, meaning the right amount of for the right time.
Right.
So not all the time is sweet language.
So,
but this one here is talking about in this context of being a brother or sister.
Right.
And building friends. So the sweet language will multiply friends. Best way I could say is, you UK brothers and sisters get down. Yeah, I like that pants, but I like yours. I try to be like you. Shit, you already like I try to be like compliment each other.
Right.
Right. Give me that scripture, Shapat. You might be able to Okazak. You might be able to find it where it says, exhort one another daily. Please, it's in the New Testament. I believe Timothy or something like that. Give me that one. You speak with a certain amount of prestige. You understand? Speak with a certain amount of prestige. You hear people in the world talk to each other, and it's like it's crazy. But when you're in the world, it's normal.
Right.
When you come in here, you realize we don't have to talk to each other like that. You could slap it. Brother, you might pass me that, please. Thank you, brother. Oh, you want to see you be real, more kind, courteous, and pleasant. More, you have a royal, prestigious you will. And you hear somebody talk, and it's like, this nigga different. You get the point? Talking like that. I said, please. What the fuck is wrong with him? You get the point? Like it's really having class. That's how the general explained it to me. It's having class. We are not a people. 12 tribes are not raised with class as being paramount. We raised with, leading with our emotions and our feelings, right, and being selfish. But having class, brother, is everything. It's currency. It could disarm somebody. You get the point. It could win somebody over, cut somebody down, build them up, and that's what this is talking about. And being like that will multiply friends, because when you speak to somebody, remember yesterday we was talking about a person may not remember what actually transpired. That also means a person may not remember what actually was said, but they remember how you made them feel. You get the point? You could speak to somebody and boy, they switch your whole day, make your day better. You know what I mean? Change your mind how you thought about something. So, and this is in this context I'm talking about, right? So that's what it's talking about here. Sweet language, multiply friends, keep going. Because let me know when you got it, all right?
It's like I said, my other phone is dead, but it's Hebrews 13:3, sir.
I got it, sir.
Shabbat got it? All right, no sweat. So why don't you, because
Kawaka, sir.
Kawaka, sir. The book of Hebrews, chapter 3, verse 3. But exhort one another daily, while it is called today, lest any of you be hardened through the deceitfulness of sin.
You understand? The scripture says, exhort one another daily, while it is yet day. Like, no, don't wait. Exhort one another daily. Once again, like yesterday, you have to decide. You have to make a decision. This is something you just have to do. You just decide and you do it, and we're going to do it. While it is yet today. Yes, lest ye be what?
God. Lest any of you be hardened through the deceit.
Stop right there. Lest any of you be hardened. And we've grown because of being in the world with oppression. You have to be hardened, or else the world will devour you. It'll crush you. It'll destroy you. You have to be hardened. So nobody can blame you for being how you were in the world. You had to be like that to survive. Whatever, however extreme or not extreme you were, that's how you survive. But as you come in here and you start a role, you had to be in constant. It's like practice, like a professional player, football player. They had to go on that field and juggle that ball and shoot and practice passing every day to become good at it. And they have to decide to do it, whether they're tired or in pain or what. You have to practice to be a brother. You have to practice to be a sister. Practice to be a friend. You get the point? The heathens practice to be enemies to us. They talk about the shit they'll do. You say, look at this one here. We're going to watch this. You get the point? We have to practice to be like that with each other, right? Unless you be hard, go ahead.
Come, sir. Through the deceitfulness of sin.
Through the deceitfulness of sin. Because it's gonna creep in and present itself as all the ingredients are going to be there for you to come up to a conclusion that's going to cause you to be against a brother or against a sister. Like looking at it, it'll be like, it makes sense. But really, it's wrong. Even though 1 + 1 looking like it's 2, it ain't 2. You get the point? It ain't 2. So that's what it's saying. It's putting you in a mode and showing you how to get it done, and it comes with continual practice, which is why the school is the life school of universal practical knowledge. This ain't what's called theology school, where they just go and learn what? Theology. They just learn what somebody said. They never put it into practice. Here is practical knowledge. It's practice. You get the point? We're doing it. Scripture says, rehearse the righteous acts. All right, let's get back to Ecclesiasticus.
Continue.
Go ahead. But you understand what you get? So it's definitely kinda, but more on this part. Anybody could read. Anybody could take a shot.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 6.
5. Start
Five?
from 5.
5.
5 from the top.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 5. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings.
And a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. Sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. People that say, I'm just keeping it real. Don't keep it real. Just, go ahead and lie. Go ahead and lie, nigga. Just don't keep it real. Don't tell the truth, if that's the case. If you just keep it real. Just go ahead and just lie if that's the case. I'll be your permission to lie. Let me send you on me. Get it, boy? Don't do that. We had to have a certain class with each other. How we greet each other, how we talk to each other. You know what I mean? And okay, even people in the world, amongst the 12 tribes, we have it in them. We're the only people who call each other king. We're going on King, we're going on Father, my Lord. Like we do it just on the fly. It's normal. Empress, you know, the Rastafarians is Empress, this, that, the other. There's nobody else talks like that. Even brother, hey brother, what's going on, sister? Nobody else speaks like that. Nobody else has that type of language in their vocabulary. You get the point? We do it in the world even, not even knowing, but it's part of us to exhort one another daily. What's going on, King? What's going on, soldier? Like we talk to each other in that manner. You get the point? And hold on, a fair-speaking tongue will increase kind greetings. You say, Shalom, hey brother, how you doing? Hey, I like that. Brother might say, man, shit, I like y'all trying to do like yours. I'm trying to get that headpiece. I'm trying to, some. It's going to give an exchange. It's going to increase it. The more you talk nice, Salaka, brother needs some assistance with you. So what? The more we talk nice to each other, it's the more nice we talk to each other. It's like a snowball effect. It just multiplies. You get the point? Keep
so
going.
like it, sir.
Come on, Kazak.
It's like I said, what you're saying is so heavy. The UPK is the only place when brothers go out and we get around women where a brother, he won't boost himself up. Like a brother will get around women and we'll boost up the other brother. It's like this is the only place where, and because it happens so much, a brother in here don't have to come in here and feel like he has to showcase himself and prop himself up and compete, for attention. It's like, you gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Like we go out in public around, women, you like, man, shoot, this the man right here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, this he the man. You know what I'm saying? And he like, nah, this the man. We exchanging compliments. Like, it's a glorious thing, sir.
It's a glorious thing, and it's attractive to people in the world because nobody does that for each other. You know what I mean? And that takes it all the way back to that first scripture where it says, extol not thyself in the counsel of thine heart. Like what you said there, because in the world, you all know it. You go to the club with the homies, you had to go, it's a competition like you see for the broad, when in here is more, now you go ahead, brother, man. You a better man than me. You go ahead, have him, man. Listen, if you ain't want that, go ahead. It's you coming up off of it because you value each other so much. And it's the same thing with the sisters. The way we carry sisters in here, talk about sisters in here. Brothers, after class, escort sisters to the car, check the car out, watch them drive away, make sure they're straight. Some sister, they're moving from one state to the other. Brothers, rally because she's in the school helping. Every Sabbath service coming with fresh food. Every high holy, they bring in food, taking care of the kids, braiding hair, sewing garments. You get the point? You could swap with the brother come up front, huh? It's the wall. Let the brother come up front. All right? You don't always let the new brother sit up front more so you can get your questions answered. How you doing, brother? Shalom. All right? No sweat. If you have any questions, just raise your hand, all right? All right, no sweat. All right? So it lends to that. All right, let's keep going.
Slakia, sir.
Come on, please, huh?
If I may, what you and Officer Kazak is saying is so heavy too. That verse 5, the sweet language, multiply friends, that's like the perfect one of the many perfect ingredients for Zephaniah 2:1.
Come
It's
on, let me
definitely
hear
how
it.
we build relations. Come on,
Exactly.
sir.
Exactly. It's exactly how you build a nation, because now we talking to each other like this is a real person. This is the most times we ever get to speak proper to each other is where? I'm gonna be surprised if you all answer this. Where's the most time? Somebody help the brother over the apocrypha too, please. He's looking around. If you all have an extra apocrypha, you can let the brother have it. Right? You good to go? All right, no sweat. He too well. Salam. Where's the first place most when I say proper, not perfect English, but with class and prestige to somebody else? Say again? School. That's when you're young, you're a kid, but a grown man or a grown woman, usually, when you're in the street talking to everybody, you're talking anyhow. Where's the first place you usually learn to speak with some little ounce of respect?
Salaki, sir.
Come on, Mafia, please bring me home.
One at the slave and then two at the courthouse.
That's right. What your Mafia had. Listen, I wouldn't even say the slave Mafia because I'm the slave. You know, you walk in there, hey, what up, mother effer? Nothing, nigga. You get comfortable on the slave. But my God, that judge is, sweet. Your Honor, if you would please consider the petition from the bottom of my heart to please excuse the former transgressions that my former yesteryear on behalf of my ignorance. Your Honor, please, thank you and very much. You talk to that judge like that judge is, an angel from heaven. You talk to that judge so sweet. Your voice is full of honey and just sweetness. And it's just so sad that that's the first place you're forced now to talk nice. You're forced now to talk nice. As I've seen a video, brother, he facing some time. He wrote a song to the judge. He break out and start R&B singing to the judge.
Everybody stand by for just a second. We're going to be back on stream. Stand by for just a second.
Khan, I'm hitting up Cat. I'm hitting up Cat right now.
Okay. If y'all haven't done so, make sure you like and share the stream. If y'all haven't done so, make sure you like and share the stream. Hit that thumbs up. Everybody that's tuning in, you understand? Let's see what we got. Everybody type a 1 in the chat. Everybody that's in here, type a 1 in the chat. Let's see who all we got up in here while we wait. Type a 1 in the chat. Halak said loud and clear, Most High Christ. I see you, Halak. Adolphus Last, Black Dazzle, Shapat Dayap, is back. Most High Christ.
Could we be heard? Testing 1, 2.
Kamakan, sir.
Y'all can hear us. We back now?
Yep, Kamakan, sir.
Yeah, the Wi-Fi playing in a carnival band because the Wi-Fi ain't trying to, the Wi-Fi going on parlay and brother.
It should be coming back in just a second. Everybody stand by. Should be coming back in just a second. Bear with us. Salaki. Young man can't.
Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 6. Be in peace with many. Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000.
Okay. What does that mean?
I could, sir.
Yeah, go ahead, Shapat.
Basically, like you should really
hold on 1 second, Shapat. Let me get some in the room. I think you already know the answer, right?
Concert.
All right, hold on. Anybody in the room? Read it one more time, sir.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 verse 6. Be in peace with many. Nevertheless, have but one counselor of 1,000.
Okay. Let's think the whole spirit from the top coming down. The whole vibe of everything that was said. Be at peace with many, but nevertheless, out of 1,000 have one counselor.
So like I said, that was more like be like wherever instead of like things in the world, like I would say General Mahaiman. Like if wherever you're going to and thing, So I go into the world, but even if we have brothers in the truth, but he more or less will get the right answer.
So I'll give you the wrong answer.
no, but due to experience and knowledge and wisdom,
my thing I hear he says, yeah, I'll give you the wrong answer.
Yeah.
What the fuck I do here? I'm fooling myself. I'm extolling myself. No, I get you. You're right. It's okay. Just think of the whole spirit of it. Instead of a friend, don't become an enemy. Meaning be at peace with everybody. Me and you ain't got to be chum buddies, but I ain't got to be an enemy to you. Every time I see you, I pick up, hey, what's going on? How the kids going? You all right? Cool. You know him? Yeah, I know him, but this is my dog here. Don't be an enemy. Don't extol yourself. Speak to each other with prestige, like classy, honorable, right? And as you do that, sweet language multiplies friends. So now as you talking, people talk nice back to you, and both of you know you're more friends. It's not everybody have plenty friends now. So now you are at peace with many now. And because you are at peace with many, as you start to go through stuff, what could happen? You might start telling people your problems. Don't do that. Have one counselor. Because I might tell Shah what's going on the right side. Tell Mike what's going on the left side. Tell Mike what's going on behind. Tell so what plan in the future. And I'm trying to get help from all of them. They all don't know the whole story. Come on. Mike.
As I say now, there's so like I said, as I say now, right? Would that like when you would that be a form of triangulation also?
Triangulation.
Yeah.
Explain to me.
Like how saying, one person telling this part of the story and tell somebody else that he don't understand or he understand. Could it be some a form like that too?
Okay, that's what I just described.
Yeah, well,
I
don't
know if triangulation.
Right. I catch what you're saying, but I just want to know, like, if I had to teach on it now.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
It's two things. It's two things, right? One, you're harming yourself because you are not getting examined.
Right.
Right? You're telling one person a part that you feel today.
Right.
Then tell somebody else a part that you feel tomorrow. Then tell somebody else a part you feel next week.
Right.
And you're trying to get help, and they may not know about the other parts to question you. So you're not really getting examined.
Right.
That's why you need one counselor. Because over time, that counselor will remember what you told them 2 years ago and understand that relates to this.
Right.
But this guy who you told this today, he might not be here 2 years later.
Right.
So that's one form. And then, so you're hurting yourself. And then what's the other reason you should never do this?
It's like, if I could.
Come on, Bakwash.
Because you might be getting advice from a crash out, and you don't need to crash out.
You said that one more time.
Because you might be getting an advice from a crash out, somebody who just wants to, cause a whole bunch of ruckus when it doesn't need to cause ruckus. And they just give you totally wrong, bad advice.
Well, that's number 3. I didn't even think about that, but you're right. You might be getting counsel. The scripture even talk about that too. You have to choose who you get counsel from because he may have a motive that's you the right opportunity. Your problems fit his motive. He don't have a concern in helping you. You get the point? It fits his motive to use you for now. That's one thing. The thing I was talking about is you could lay your burden on somebody who is not strong enough to hear it. And you could break that person. You could tell that person something how you feel. And they might look at you like you're the evilest thing in the world when they're just not strong to understand what you're dealing with. You get the point? And or you may put the demon that's on you, if it is a demon, on them now.
Right.
So you have one counselor. It's best to just have one counselor. And it's in the Bible because as you start being nice to everybody and sweet and prestigious and royal, you multiply in friends, you might start thinking you could just be an open book. That's still not classy. It's not classy to be an open book. It's classy, it's not classy. It's classy to hold yourself. to have presence. You get the point? That's more classy. You understand? Keep going.
So like it, sir, if I
Come
could real
on,
quick, I just want to say for everybody out there, the Lord is definitely with you. You're definitely a prophet of the Most High because the Lord is definitely speaking through you, and I'll just leave it like that.
God damn, my friend. I perceive that you have to call me later.
Yeah, I'll definitely give you a call.
That was good. No, that's no problem, man. Listen, my phone always on, as you all know. Is no sweater. Don't worry about it. No how. We got a whole team here. We're gonna sort any issues out. All right. All right. Let's keep going. We're reading.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
Read one more time.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 verse 7. If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him.
If thou wouldest get a friend, prove him first, and be not hasty to credit him. That's UPK 101. You get the point? You come up in here. Who are the announcements close by? You have it? Just read that first line in the announcements.
Oh God, sir.
Hold on to the brother here, got it. Oh, either one. Go ahead, my friend. Michael.
Kawakan, when a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are to be off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world.
You can take that one. A new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are here to shed themselves of the world. Give them time to prove themselves. That's what shedding yourself of the world is. Give them time. That 90 days is a factory, a system that works. Like it's like a factory, you put something in, you put raw materials in and you get a product out. That's what that 90 days is supposed to be. You come in from the world and that 90-day period where you get your name or become a trooper or a young sister in here, at the end of that 90 days, if you're consistent in coming to class, you're paying your tithes, the teacher or your camp leader is starting to see progress and growth from you. Because remember, they see you in the rawest form. Your first day in. Your first day in, you may have come in shambles. There's brothers who come into school in DC. I remember one brother was high, most high. Nigga talking about the stars and the moon and all kind of shit. And you come in and just tell him, sit in that chair. Sit in that chair, sit in that chair. And before long, he's there 90 days in all black, headband, boots shining, bag with his books, soldiered up. And now you realize he's proved himself. Now he's ready for the next stage. Same thing with a sister. She come in here, all loud mouth. I remember there was a sister long ago. She ain't survived though. She had some issues. But she would come in and she was highly stressed and had anxiety. And where she slaved, she had to wear pants. And a sister can wear pants, but traditionally come into class for official UPK stuff, she'd have to wear a dress or a skirt. She would come to class. She wants to come to class. She didn't have the proper attire. General Kutham bought her a skirt and told her just bring it with her, and she could just change in the bathroom when she comes. And she had severe anxiety, so she medicated by smoking. She had cigarettes she would smoke, and she was like a chain smoker. So the general would allow her to leave the class, in the class, to go outside, just to help her through. She was coming along so strong, brother, but she was dealing with, hell in her house. She was in a household filled with people in the world who was cruel and evil. You know what I mean? If people would pay the damn tithes, we would have the resources to relocate brothers and sisters like that, because you need to be extracted from an environment, placed in a new environment so you could really grow. Get the point? But the point here is that let people come in and don't be too hasty. Then prove themselves first. All right, go ahead.
So I guess I'll verse it. Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 8. For some man is a friend for
That's definitely a Benjamin talk. For some man, and it's right here in the Bible. This is our book. For some man is a friend for his own occasion. Get it point? I've done seen it too. I've seen people come into school just because they know we're a non-profit or a non-government organization and we can help, and they came just for the help, and they got found out and got no help. I've seen it. You get it point? Here's a place you come to change your life, to stop being a filthy sinner and a deceit and evil and hateful towards your people, and change and learn to love your people and obey God so you can go help more people. Here's not a place where you could come and fill your plate and fill your pocket and roll. There's a place across the street for that. It's called the Whole House, aka the Christian Church. You could go there and do that shit. Not in here. In here you come to change your life because you owe God. You owe your father. You owe your father obedience, and you owe him your life. Keep going.
and will not abide in the day of thy trouble.
And will not abide in the day of trouble. Trouble hit, they're gone. They can't stick. Can't stand. Why? It wasn't proven. It wasn't proven. It wasn't put through that fire. Keep going.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 9. And there is a friend who is being turned to enmity and strife will discover thy reproach.
Right? Read it one more time.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 9. And there is a friend who being turned to enmity and strife and will discover thy reproach.
And there's a friend who being turned to enmity. Enmity is what? Severe hatred, a burning hatred. We gotta get that. And strife. And strife. And turn to hatred and wanting to fight you and press you and stress you. They live for that thing. I mean, everybody know that. Damn near everybody in the world has some friend, 2, 3, or everybody in the world like that. Always, damn near like conflict is their peace. Things going good. And they just have to start some shit. They just have to. And it's a demon. It's a demon that loves chaos. Loves it. And there's a friend who is like that, who will be turned to enmity and strife and will discover thy reproach. What does that mean? What does that part mean? And will discover thy reproach. And let me just take it back to also to the one with counsel. It doesn't only mean, like how you said from General Hyman, definitely call the general. But you have a camp leader. And he'll be one. He'll be your one. He also has a one. You get the point? Because he'll hear it, and if there's something he can't handle, he'll be like, hold on, I'm gonna get right back to it. And he's gonna call the general over that school. You get the point? So you definitely call the general. This is not, you have to call a specific person, but you should call that person. It's good to have that one. But now they have it's like going to a doctor. People who go to a different doctor every time, brother, it's rough. But if you go to the same doctor you had from you was 5, brother, they pull your whole record out. They know everything. They could properly help you. You understand what I'm saying? It's like that. All right? Go ahead. Was discover that reproach. Who understands it? Anybody? Come on, take a shot. Come on, man. If you're wrong, you're wrong. You ain't gonna be more wrong. Sisters, you all trying to say nothing? Oh, wow. You'll forget your mouth in the car. Right? What does it mean to discover thy reproach? What does it mean to discover thy reproach? No?
So I guess, sir.
Go ahead.
I'll give it a shot there. The friend who's who's trying your or testing you, he eventually will see your shame that you had if you break your discipline that you had.
You want it. You want it. You want it. Anybody else?
So like I said,
Come on.
yeah, say like in a jam or something, right? Some financial problem, but all the time the person you never ask them for nothing, but they can help you out and you ask them and they turn their back on you.
That could be it, but this is a little bit more than that. That would be the verse before. Okay. A friend who was there for their own occasion, but in hard times, to God. Right? That would be that. This is a little bit different. It's more so what Matthew just said. Anybody else? Michael?
So like yes, sir. I don't know if it would come in this context, right? But because this friend turned to enmity and striving to discover your reproach, right? The fighting to expose your faults.
That's it. But it only comes when they turn to enmity and strife.
Come on,
There was a friend that you thought you had.
Come on.
And that's why it's important to prove your friend. You get the point?
Come on.
It's important to do that. So now, as this is your friend, they might see something that you did that wasn't all the way 100. But a friend would do what? A friend would do what? What would a friend do?
So like I said, a true friend would first go to you one-on-one, sir.
A true friend will correct you.
Come on.
A true friend will pull you up. Hey, yo, what's that, man? And here, what do we say? Somebody doing something that ain't all the way 100. What do we say? There's a saying. I don't want to give it to you. Anybody?
That's Christian.
No. Who say that?
It's like it's me, sir.
God damn. But you have to speak kindly. Speak language, multiply friends. That's for the enemy. You're right, Bukwad. But there's another thing, Bukwad. There's another one. Bukwad, you're not around me too much. I'm working on myself. You need to go Go ahead.
That's purple?
No. No.
So like I said, no cowards.
You closed it. No cowards, but they closed it. It's real simple. Black Desert said, go to him and him alone. That's correct. Alexa teaching other in wrong and right. Kinda. Anybody else? We have a saying in here. Somebody will say, yo, that ain't UPK. So you all heard it before. That's not UPK. That ain't UPK. That's hey, slap that. Shit he said, shit ain't UPK. Leave that outside. You know what I mean? Let me tell you how but here so you know this is the house of the Lord. And it happens with a lot of young men too. And young sisters when they come to class. They ask a question or say something, and you know they've been watching fake Israelite videos. You know just how they say something. In the book of Potiphar, something, Most High Christ bless. You know, something. You look at them like, oh, you have no loyalty already. In training, you have no loyalty. Like, who goes to 4 different universities at once? You're going to UE, you're going to Howard, you're going to Stanford, and you're going to Yale all at the same time. Who the hell does that? Nobody. You enroll in a school and you stay the course. You make a decision. You get the point? That's out your mouth, you already know what's going on. So now a real friend would go to you and tell you if they see something up. That's what a real friend, a real brother would do. That's what the hell you're there for. You're there for that. Your purpose is to be like, Salak, your brothers. No, but that ain't, I don't think that's the wild. Salak, sir. Salak, you're a better man than me, sir. Salak, and I would hate to see you fall. That there, so I think that's not a good look. You would go and say that, and guess what that brother or sister would do? I ain't even gonna say it. What do y'all do? Y'all all did it to each other before. And then the other person will be like, that's why you're my dog. That's why you're my dog. That's why you're my dog. See, that's why I like you. And that's why I like. How many of you ever heard that before? That's why I like. That's why I rate you. That's why I rate you. You appreciate it. But this person come to you and they ain't shame you with it. They didn't make you feel no type of way. They tell you the thing that shit was off and you could correct now. But some old snake, some old filthy faggot, some old bitch, some horrible sister, excuse me, I know she's the young one. They'll see something, and to them, that's ammunition. To them, that's mileage to be used in a day when they could get one over on you, topple you over. That's this type of person is talking about. By this here, this whole thing here is trying to tell you, is trying to help you not be in that situation, because you can't control that person. That person will exist. What you can do is make sure they ain't next day. You get the point? You can make sure it's, hey, what's going on? You good? All right, cool. I over here with, Matt Koyak and Sawap and the Potters and them and the sisters. I over here with them where I know they'll tell me if I'm doing some more shit. You all see it? Come on, show you how on the radio show. They'll be like, something. My yak, tell me right or wrong. Am I right or? That's brotherhood, man. That's brotherhood. The Most High in heaven has 24 elders. What do you think they're there for? What do you think this? You could read in Kings and Chronicles. God wanted to kill this wicked king. And he called a council. And he asked the elders how to do it. And they all presented ideas of how to slay this wicked king. And the Lord was going with one thing. And then one of them said, Salakia, sir, I don't think you should do it like that. Send me. I'll go to him. I'll lie to him and tell him he could win that war. And when he goes to war, you could kill him there. And God said, yeah, I like that plan. And kill that king in war. He's God. He don't need to ask nobody for shit. So if he have a crew that makes sure he making the right decisions and the right move, why we can't do that? You get the point? Let's keep going.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 10. Again, some friends is a companion at the table.
Go ahead.
And will not continue in the day of thy affliction.
Some friend is a companion at the table. What does that mean?
Salaki, sir.
Come on, Kazak, please.
Kamakan, when it's time to eat, meaning when things are going well, like when it's time to break bread. That's the friend now when it's like when everything is going well and you divvying up, whatever you may have, you find out now everybody want to sit at the table with you. Like even in the Judite community, you know what I'm saying? Like we got a phrase, your A1 day ones, and then like you wasn't with me in the trenches or you wasn't with me in the gym shooting or in the field, because it's like that's what we know. That's what happens where when things are going good, everybody around now with their hand out or trying to share in the success.
Mm-hmm. That's it. It's at the table where what's on the table? Meat and drink, right? I always use this example because most of us, just from being in the world, have this example. You have friends because of weed. Everybody, I say you had admitted no, but I know for sure. And this nigga just here because of what's on the table. If this wasn't here, he wouldn't be here. Some people are wrong you just for that. And the minute they ain't have it no more, is that first person in the crew to get a car. That's everybody dog. That's everybody dog. Car break down, ain't nobody there. They're there for that moment, for themselves. And as soon as things turn, you can't go sit at their table. There's one, prove yourself as a friend first. Prove that person first before you do anything. Let's keep reading.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 11. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself.
Say it again.
But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself.
In thy prosperity, he will be as thyself. Go ahead.
And will be whole, and will be bold over thy servants.
And will be bold over thy servants. What does that mean? Who knows?
So like yes, sir.
Come on.
So it's like what you say now, Benjamin, he gets you now, only time you ride with the partners and eating and drinking, but now when he gets you now, he ain't know nobody, he ain't tell nobody.
No, that also is the last one. Right? This one is a little different. Read it again from the top.
But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants.
In thy prosperity, he will be as thyself, and will be bold over thy servants.
So, like I said, if I could,
please.
That's basically saying that when you up, he up, and he's gonna be he is like an extension of you. He's gonna be ordering everybody else around.
Say that
As
one
if
more time. Say that one more time, Bakwash.
Concert. I was saying that when you're up,
go ahead.
When you're up, he's up. He's gonna be like an extension of you. So if you have that power, he's gonna have that power and be in your shoes, so to speak, so to say.
Yeah, that's more it, right? That's more it. Read it again from the top, Shaw. I'm running down for you. That's more it. That's really on the time, Bakwash. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 11. But in thy prosperity, he will be as thyself.
Right. In your prosperity, whatever you have, whatever resources the Lord gave to you, he will start acting like you. Like it's Tawada, brother. He will start acting like it's his.
Mm-hmm.
It's money is his, the cars is his, the woman is his, everything is his too, because he's you. He'll be as thyself. Keep going.
And will be bold over thy servants.
And will be bold over thy servants. He gonna start to spend your money. She gonna start to spend your money. She gonna start to, take over. He gonna start to be you. You get the point? Go ahead.
Verse 12. If thou be brought low.
But if you be brought low, meaning if the prosperity start to run a little slow now. Go ahead.
He will be against thee.
Because that's what he was there for. That's what she was there for. Get the point? But when it's there, they're acting like they're you. That's not a friend. Go ahead.
And will hide himself from thy face.
And will hide himself from thy face. You don't even want to be around because he ain't on no more. It's hot yesterday. He was, popular yesterday, but I ain't need to see. Don't worry about that. Get the point? A friend ain't gonna hide their face from me, man. A friend wanna see you. I'm gonna go check my dog. I'm gonna go check my sister. You know what I mean? That's my real dupes. That's my charge you from a long time. We go way back. And that's how it is in the school. I mean, let me give you another thing. Like, really base your relationships on the school. Base what you have with each other. The bonds. That's the better word. The bonds you have on the here. Not on anything else. Anything else, like I tell you, the experience I had with Captain Nathak, it helped me a lot, where I knew him in the world. But I don't count none of that as no brother. I know Captain Nathak in here. I met Nathak in D.C. Let's put it like that. I met him in D.C. school, learning from the generals. Rock. That's the bond we have. That shit in the world, that shit was no brotherhood, man. Shit was no brotherhood, no friendship. We don't talk about nothing from before. Everything we talk about was what happened in the truth. How we grow, the things we did, all the way through. You get the point? Base it on here. Give yourself the best shot you could. Do it for you. Do it for yourself. Forget the world. Forget everything from before. It's here. It's here. It's here and now. Let's keep going.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 13. Separate thyself from thy enemies.
Separate thyself from thine enemies. So now we don't run down who a friend is. So how would you know who's an enemy? Because they're not what the friend is. Whatever's the opposite of this, you separate from. You get the point? Which is why the UPK is,
God, sir.
UPK is, go ahead, Shabbat.
Not affiliated with any other Israelite group or Christian organization.
The I.S.U.P.K is not affiliated with any other Israelite group or Christian organization because they are not our friends. They are not. Absolutely right. And if you think they're your friends, you are not our friend. It got to be there's something in common between you and them that me and you don't have. You get the point? If it is you could find identity in them, something's not right. Something's not UPK. And because of that, I probably might have to keep a little distance. You may have a cold that nobody knows yet. Some doctor ain't diagnosed that sickness yet, and I just don't want to catch it. So I get an air pump. You get the point? Keep going.
And take heed of thy friends.
And take heed of thy friends. Separate from the enemies. Take heed of thy friends. What does that mean? Look after your friend. Look to your friend. Lean on your friend when it's time to lean. Sometimes you have to lean. Like how you lean on a wall for support. Lean on that friend. Do it for your sake and for the friend's sake. Do it. Take heed to your friend. Hear them out. Hear them out. They're in here. They're rocking. They're battling with. They're obeying the same laws you obeying and denying themselves the same pleasures you deny yourself. They're worth you listening to. And you worth them listening to. Go ahead.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Say it again.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Say it one more time.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
Oh, brother. Ain't nothing like calling somebody in a straight up and down jam. You are straight. So like I know it's late too. If anybody had a dip out early, you're free to go, all right? You're definitely free to go if anybody had a roll on. I think I said it last night, but I'm going to repeat it again. I know the time difference could kill, but if anybody had a roll, you're definitely free to go. Don't feel no how, all right? Say it one more time.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense.
It's a strong defense. It's nothing better than adversity fall. And for us, usually it fall like when it's, really at your last straw, somewhere in the middle of the night. After 2 in the morning, some shit happen, the tire pop off, money, your car gets stolen, something, and you got to call somebody. And this person is answering no matter what. No matter what, where they at, they're answering you. And if they don't answer, within about 2 minutes, they're gonna hit you right back because your name come up. Brother, you can't buy that. There's no amount of money to get that. You can't buy that shit. There's no way you could buy it. How are you buying that? Donald Trump was in charge of America, most powerful country on the face of the earth, and had a vice president in, what was his name, Kazak? The one from the last election, 2020. Pence. Mike Pence. Mike Pence. Pence ain't support Trump. With all that money and all that power they have, Pence turned on it. You get the point? I ain't saying Pence should have supported him, but Pence turned on him. You get the point? Having a faithful friend is something is everything. It's everything. A man who could, or a woman who could stare down death with you. And it's okay. It's one thing with a brother, but when you find it in a sister, it's it's like a whole other dimension open up. I ain't gonna say a whole other level, but it's like you don't expect it from a sister because she's the weaker vessel. She's more emotional. But the sisters in here, brother, is die hard. Loyal to the end with you. Down, sleep on the floor with you. You lose an apartment or your slave, some woman is gone. You're not saying before. You have some sisters down in the trenches with you, making a pizza last a week. I'm talking about things hard. We here because she made a decision. That's gold. You can't buy that shit. You can't. Keep going.
And he that had found such and one had found a treasure.
Sister need to roll. Two brothers just, escort out, make sure she's straight. Right? You rolling too? No sweat. Yeah, there's two brothers. Make sure you walk out and the baby's out. All right. Shalom, sis. Shalom, sis. See you later. Shalom. Bye. All right. Go ahead.
Okay, wait, yo.
Go ahead.
Right from the top.
What verse we have?
Verse 14.
Go ahead.
A faithful friend is a strong defense.
A faithful friend is a strong defense. Go ahead.
And he that had found such, and one had found a treasure.
And he that has found such an one has found a treasure. Get the point? If you find that, brother, you found gold. Gold that's not existing in the earth today. More precious than anything else. Keep an eye on them until they pull off, all right? Please. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6, verse 15. Nothing doeth countervail a faithful friend.
Say it again.
Nothing doeth countervail a faithful friend.
Nothing does countervail a faithful friend. Nothing will overturn a faithful friend. You have a brother or sister who is faithful, there's nothing that could make them turn from you. Nothing. If something makes them turn from you, it was not a faithful friend. It wasn't. It wasn't. Like what issue could we have that will make you turn? No, we could have an issue. We could have a problem. Problems come. Issues come. But if it makes you turn from me, you're not a faithful friend. It's supposed to hurt. It's supposed to pain you if now it seems like we turn. It's supposed to be like, nah, we gotta fix this, man. We can't, damn, we don't roll like that. We never roll like that. We don't, what's this? You get the point? It's supposed, but if turning and there's no sort of, double thinking back, rethinking of yourself, then this person was just never a friend. Just a kid. It's never there for that. Keep going.
And his excellency is invaluable.
And his excellency is invaluable. The excellency of the friendship is invaluable, of the brotherhood and sisterhood. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 16. A faithful friend is the medicine of life.
A faithful friend is the medicine of life. Brother, our people in the world right now do not have faithful friends. You don't have nobody to stop them, stay their hand for a second. Don't do that. I understand things hard, but don't throw your life away. Don't do this, and then you're going to be in a bind forever. Hey, so that ain't a good movement. That shit, I'm telling you, trust me. We don't have that amongst each other. We don't have somebody who would, go to the ends for you. Go to the ends of open up their house, open up, anything, wallet, whatever it is for you. But in here, we do. In here, that's, brother here or sister here, you need something. They go to town for it. They go find it. They go hunt it, and seek and make calls to make sure you get whatever it is you need. Come together on it. That's why it's invaluable. Keep going.
And they that fear the Lord shall find him.
Say it again.
And they that fear the Lord shall find him.
One more time.
And they that fear the Lord shall find him.
And they that fear the Lord shall find him. This type of friendship, him or her, of course, this type of friendship, brother, you're not finding this in the world. There's no way you finding this in the world. You find this in here. That's where you really find it. Look at everybody in the world. People like G Unit. You all remember 50 Cent and G Unit? It was so popular. Everybody loved them, and people gravitated to them because of the brotherhood they had and the masculinity. Where they are now, it ain't last because you find those friends here. You can go back 20 years and see Commander Yahanna on a tape with Jeremiah and Jeremiah. 20 years. 20 years. It's crazy. You only find them in here. He who fears the Lord. That's where you're going to find them. Go ahead.
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 17. Whoso feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship all right. Mm-hmm. For as he is, so shall his neighbor be also.
Right? He that feareth the Lord will direct his friendship aright. Meaning, you're going to maintain that brotherhood. That's why I say a brother going to go to your sister, going to go to you if they're seeing something. Not hold it. Like I would say, discover your reproach. And remember, discover don't mean trying to find out. When Columbus discovered America, did he keep it to himself? He went and told everybody. That's the friend that discovers your reproach. Don't say so. Hey, you hear this? Blah, 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 blah. You get it, boy? That's not a friend. It's not a friend. A friend will come to you and, hey, XYZ, blah, 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 blah. That's not a friend. But here, a good friend is going to maintain the bond, is going to maintain the friendship. He who feareth the Lord, say it again. Whoso feareth the Lord, what?
Ecclesiastes chapter 6 and verse 17. Whosoever feareth the Lord shall direct his friendship all right.
All right. All right, meaning line it up. Like make it right. Make it all right. A right. You get the point? Not all right, but A right. So meaning if it starts something going on, your focus is to straighten back up. Your focus is not to do anything else. Let me just put it like that. It's to straighten it back up. For as he is, so shall his neighbor also be, which is what I was telling you all yesterday. But if somebody comes to you to say something about somebody else, it's coming to you because this person thinks you are just like him or her. You get the point? They think that we're the same, so we can talk. What you don't know is that person's weak. They really think you're weak. You get the point? But if you maintain it all right, you're straight. Come on.
So like I say for me, I just wanted to ask a question generally on what you're talking about, right? If somebody should ask if people in the world can have a brotherhood, what is your response to that should be?
When you say people in the world should have a brotherhood, what do you mean?
Not should, but if they can.
If they can't have a brotherhood?
If they can't have brotherhood.
You give me an example. Let's say me. Use me as the example. If I come to you and I ask, could I be what have?
Right. So we understand the brotherhood in the I.S.U.P.K. structured under the laws, commandments, and statutes, right, at the Most High. So if, for example, somebody should ask me, so people on the outside of the truth can have a brotherhood, how we're breaking that down to make them understand?
A brotherhood with you in here?
No. La answer.
That's what I'm asking. Okay, you're not the question you're asking. You're not saying if I would have brothers in the world that I consider my brothers, like how I consider y'all my brother. That's what you're asking?
No, la answer. So let me just use our example, Salakia. So like long ago it had like them Taino Indians, Caribs and Arawaks, right? And the fighting against the oppressor, right? No, all of them didn't have the laws and commandments and statutes to make them really come to the top of the battle. Is that will be considered a brotherhood, or how to explain that?
Okay, there is a brotherhood there. There's brotherhood everywhere. There is brotherhood everywhere, just like there's gods everywhere. There is devils everywhere, but there's the devil. There's the power. There's the brotherhood. You get the point? Like the example I gave with G-Unit. G-Unit captivated the whole world because black men being masculine and being together is a phenomenon. Another group that experienced the same thing was Wu-Tang. Wu-Tang is respected, not just lyrically, it's one thing with the music. But brother, that black men being together like that, strong, it's very captivating to the earth. Because the earth is entertained by black men being against each other and killing each other. So to see that, and then see it go through everything, it's captivating, but they're going to fail. They're going to not be able to do. Wu-Tang Clan knew all this bastard was a crackhead. And they didn't stop. You understand what I'm saying? They didn't let him know he was hurting their brotherhood. They didn't do that. They let, that's dirty. That's just, how dirty he is. You get the point? So that is going to fail. So of course there's brotherhoods in the world. Of course. You can't play on a football team without some brotherhood. You can't be politician with some sort of brotherhood. They have to have some sort of common ground. But that's not this thing here. This thing here is different. This thing here is that thing is governed by how they feel, you know, where they're at in life, money, what else? Fame. This thing here is governed by a decision. I can't go back on my decision. I decided to be a brother. Now, somebody else could decide not to be a brother or a sister. That ain't gonna be me though. Now, if each of us think like that, how the hell this thing failing? We'll have problems though. We will. It happens. Must have problems. The earth doesn't move forward without problems. Your car needs friction to drive. To start the car, you gotta put your foot on the brake. Something must be in conflict with something else to operate the car. Conflict happens. But that doesn't mean the brakes say, F you weed, I'm out of here because we robbing too hard. No, we're gonna fix this thing. This thing stays tight and gets fixed. So there's people in the world who have brotherhood, but it's not like here. It's not here. It's definitely, you know, it's definitely not here. There definitely is brotherhood in the world. But not, they have something. They don't have this. They don't have this thing here. This thing here is something else. Get it, boy?
Can't understand.
No sweat.
And Salakia, say for me, just one more. You must break along verse 5, right? Salakia, Ecclesiasticus chapter 6 and verse 5.
Yes.
I want to find out if Salakia, I think if I may, I think I will read it first, right? Verse 5, sweet language will multiply friends, and a fair speaking tongue will increase greetings. So I want to find out if using the scripture saying that sweet language will multiply friends can kind of tie into when they come into the truth. That sweet language saying like the laws, commandments, and statutes, if that is pushing it too much.
No, it is, but that's very basic.
That's
okay. That's something that damn near doesn't need to be said because it's understood.
Right.
This here is talking about how we greet. We went over, you may not have been here. We went over. This here is talking about how brothers talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Brothers see each other. Hey, I'm trying to be like you, man. Shit, I'm trying to be like you. You the man. Some. Praising each other, complimenting each other.
Mm-hmm.
Please and thank you and excuse me. Oh, Salakia, brother, my fault. That's my fault. Nah, it's my fault. Nah, brother, it's me. I should have thought about that. I know you don't like this. I should have thought about that. Blah, 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 blah. That's what it's talking about. We interact with each other. You get me? Hey, sis, how you doing? I like that dress. I see you coming along. You think you can sew these fringes? They say you the baddest on the planet with the machine. Like, it's how we talk to each other and multiply friends. It does something. It raises up a level.
Mm-hmm.
Not so much the laws, statutes, and commandments.
Mm-hmm.
That's, yes, you see yesterday with the tongue.
Tongue
has, could start evil.
Mm-hmm.
You could apply that today.
All right,
Because I'm saying the white man is the devil. They say God love everybody.
Mm-hmm.
People believe them and turn their back on God. This year, yeah, you could put the law, statutes, and commandments in here, but it's based because everybody think they follow the law, statutes, and commandments. Or Muslims don't eat pork. I don't eat pork. So what does that mean? That we have, we have good language?
Mm-hmm.
No, this is how we deal with each other in here. This is how we talk to each other in here and, go to each other about something and how we interact. It's different to how people talk in the world.
All right, can't understand.
You good to go?
Can't say Tuana.
No sweat, bro. No sweat at all. All right. Is that it?
There's a question online, sir.
Go ahead, Bakwash, please.
It's from Yay Hetel. It says, do you have to prepare for World War III?
Do you have prepared? Of course you have to prepare for it. We're preparing for it right now. Teaching in this class is preparing for World War III. We've been preparing for World War III. Commander Yahanna have been preparing for World War III. You get the point? But we don't have to prepare for it the way people in the world have to prepare for it. People in the world have to, go run, go learn to shoot, do all of that shit. You come in here, obey the laws, statutes, and commandments, speak with fair language, be a brother and be a sister, and just sit back with a good bottle of scotch or wine or Jack Daniels or water, whatever floats your boat, and watch Putin rain down lightning missiles on people, brother. I watch that thing over and over because that is impressive. That is impressive. Listen, I've seen a 50 caliber fire live, that's the long rifle. I've seen the Desert Eagle fire, fired a few of them. I've seen the Draco fire, the AK-47. And I felt impressed by that fireball coming out of that Draco. That Dragon, that AK, that was impressive. That shit piece would have I want to fire that shit out. That shit comes down like lightning out of the sky. We've been praying for World War III, just not the way you are. We absolutely are. All right, Bukwash, that's the last one?
Sir.
All right, because of time, I wouldn't get to the others. I don't push it no more to the water for DC for coming through. With that, I pass the class over to priest and officer. Who wants Shema? In the room, right? You all good to go? All right, so who wants Shema? Mikewa? Pass the class over to priest and officer Mikewa.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security.
You seeing what I see in hell. You said nothing perfect. Go ahead.
This is the I.S.U.P.K security announcements. We are the I.S.U.P.K out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commandant General Yahanna. New rules for brothers and sisters. When a new brother or a sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother or sister will court each other. After the 6-month period, the brother or sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find this in Numbers chapter 18 and verse 21 and Malachi chapter 3 verses 8 to 10. Means tenth in the Hebrew and is pronounced Maishra. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord give you, you give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like to give. Upcoming holy convocations. The upcoming holy convocation is the Feast of Dedication, known as Hanukkah, which is the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days on the Hebrew calendar. This will be Wednesday, the 25th December, 2024, for the space of 8 days. You can find this in Maccabees chapter 4, verses 52 to 61. Remind Arkemanakwatheum to check on social media such as ISUPK.com, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and so on for I.S.U.P.K events and materials. If a brother wants to be a trooper in the school, then he is to start wearing all includes black boots, like shirt, like headband or scarf. And with that, we say Imadium. We're going to turn and face the east, and we're going to begin with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. Kanwaka. We're going to begin Hebrew.
Now. We'll be back.
Hold tight, Matthew.
Vamos on.
I'm in the stream. Okay.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.
Hey, listen, brothers and sisters, man. If you like what you hear, hit the subscribe button, man. Subscribe to this channel. And also, please, go to ISUPK.com and pay your tithe. Drop me some cash so we can move around this planet like we need to, man, and do the things we need to do.
Everyone west. Everyone west. Everyone west.